had 2 pages all about triple letter blends. Have a look. So what we had to do was we had to read these words and put them in the correct place. We have the words screwdriver, throne, sprinkler, springtime, scrubbing, thrilling, strongest, unscramble, street light. So we had to put these words in where we felt they were correct. Number 1, can you read all of that for me, please? Emma.
What do you call the person who can lift the heaviest load? Strongest.
Good girl. Well done, Emma. The person who can lift the heaviest load or the heaviest weight is the strongest person. Number 2, read that for me, please. Kiwi.
What lights the neighborhood on night when there is no moon in the sky? Street light.
Good job. It's a street light. So street lights are the lights that we have all around the city, and they help glow in the dark when there is no moon in the sky. Number 3, can you read that for me, please? Ming Huang.
How would it feel to have an audience stand and applaud for you?
Yeah. Can you answer it as well, please?
Unscramble.
Not quite unscramble. So, Ocean, what do you think?
Really?
Thrilling. Good job. So thrilling means exciting. So it would feel really, really exciting to have people stand up and clap for you after you had sang or after you had just done a performance in something. Number 4, can you please read all of that for me? I'll go with Kui Kang.
When most trees grow new leaves, springtime.
Good job. Well done. As we know, in the springtime, that's when we get to see the blooming of new flowers and plants. Number 5, read that for me, please. Noob.
What have grass grow when there is no rain?
Good job. Well done. It's a sprinkler. So a sprinkler is a device that people have, and it's a small little metal device that's attached to a hose underwater. So when you turn on the tap, it sets out this spray of water all over your grass to make sure your grass can stay green even if there's no rain where you live. Okay, number 6. Can you read number 6 for me, please? Suri.
What is kept in the toolbox and can help put things together? A screwdriver.
Good job. It's a screwdriver. Well done, Suri. Okay, next, can you read it for me, please? Sal.
What is the best way to get dirty hands clean? Scribble.
Not quite scribbled. No, that's not the answer I'm looking for. So what is the best way to get dirty hands clean? If you go and play in the garden and you've got mud all over your hands, you will go to the bathroom, and what will you do to your hands? Kwang Ming, what do you think?
I think it's scrubbing.
Good job. Well done, Kwang Ming. It's scrubbing. The best way to get your dirty hands clean is to scrub them together with lots and lots of soap to make lots and lots of bubbles to get all the dirt off your hands. Number 8, Mia, can you do that for me?
A queen chair's called throne.
Good job. A queen or a king's chair is called a throne. Okay, and last but not least, can you please read that out for me? Tui Chi, number 9.
How can you make a word from a set of mix of letters?
Yeah.
Unscramble.
Good job. Unscramble is the word I'm looking for here. When you unscramble something, you take apart all of it and then put it back together in a way that makes sense. Okay, our second homework was this. So we had a little paragraph which tells a little story, and we had to put the words in the correct place. Okay, so if I call your name, I want you to read the sentence that we're on. Can you go first, please? Quang Hai.
Ray clarified the key to his house.
Okay, Mia.
He scratched his head and tried to remember where he had seen it last.
Lovely.
His head and tried to
No,
remember.
Mia's just told us that sentence. Tweety, can you take over?
He went to the school office and threw his loose keychain.
So not through, so he's lost his keychain, so he can't throw it because he's lost it already. So if you lost something, if you wanted to tell someone that you lost it and ask them, have you seen it? You would describe it to them. So he went to the school office and described his lost keychain. Can you read the next sentence for me, Hannah?
The clerk looked through the found box and
Good job, well done. He looked through the lost and found box and found the keychain. And can you read the next sentence for me, please? Kiwi.
Emily shivered.
Ray.
Ray was grateful that someone had turned in his key.
Good job. Okay, Kwang Ming, next sentence.
Emily shivered as she looked out the window into the dark.
Thank you. Susie, can you read the next sentence, please?
Suddenly, she heard a strange noise coming from the backyard.
Good job. Lei Kang, next sentence.
She tiptoed to the back of the house and pushed open the screen door.
Good job, well done. So a screen door is made out of net, and it's a door that is used a lot in American homes to keep out mosquitoes. So you will have your normal door, you would open your normal door, and then you would have a screen door. So if you open your normal door, you're letting a breeze in, but there is a piece of net on the screen door to make sure that mosquitoes and other insects don't get in. Hacker, read the next sentence, please.
Door. She heard something down on the someone down on the house say boo. Emily screamed.
Good, Emily screamed. Well done. Emma, last sentence.
There was then her brother stepped into the light and they both laughed.
Good job, well done. Okay, Leo, can you read the next sentence for me, please?
There was one a straw so mean and so fat that no one in the village was strong enough to fight him.
Good job, well done. So I'll just do this one. The villagers stretched out a huge net on the ground and hid next to their houses. Sal, can you read the next sentence?
When the troll came to town and stepped into the net, the people grabbed him up, carried him out of town, and threw him into a big mud puddle.
Good. Can you read the last sentence for me too, please?
The troll never came back.
Very good. Well done. Okay, guys, so please make sure that if you made any mistakes on your homework, you have fixed them when we've gone through them today. So please make sure if you made any mistakes, you fixed them today. Good job. Okay, now let's begin our lesson. So today is our first day of our vocabulary lesson. So today we'll be learning 4 new words. We're going to have a look at the words, and then I'm going to call on random students to tell me what they found out about the meaning of the word. Okay, so our first word of the day is imagine. Sorry, can everyone please say the word imagine after me? 1, 2, 3. Very good. Well done. Imagine. The word imagine is a verb. So it's an action word that we can do. Teddy, can you go ahead and read the sentences for me?
Imagine. Some artists paint real things. Other artists paint things that they imagine.
Good job. Okay, so who can tell me who did their research and who can explain to me what the word imagine means? Can you please tell me what you found out about the word imagine, Ming Huang?
Imagine is when we think something.
Yes, good job. So imagine means when we think about something or think about a situation in our head. Good job, Ming Huang. Have a look here. Imagine, what does it mean? Like, can you read it for me?
Imagine. To imagine is to see a picture in your mind.
Lovely. So when we imagine something, we use our imagination. We think about it in our head and we can picture something clearly in our mind. Have a think about it. Where do you imagine you will live when you are an adult? Do you guys imagine that you will live in another country? Do you imagine that you will live in America? Do you imagine that you will live in England? Do you imagine that you will live in Germany or Spain? Cindy, where do you imagine you will live? Answer in a full sentence, please.
I imagine I will live in I imagine I will live in Germany when I was an adult.
When I am an adult.
I am an adult.
Ooh, okay, Cindy, can you tell me why you'd like to live in Germany?
This is when this is my mother want me to live in, but when if I imagine to live at Canada.
Oh, I see. So Germany or Canada. Very exciting, Cindy. Okay, who else? I'm going to choose Leo. Leo, where do you imagine you will live when you're an adult?
I imagine I will live in Australia when I was adult.
When I am
Adult.
an adult. Amazing. So why would you like to live in Australia, Leo?
Because I like Australia.
Okay, very good. Do you like the animals? Do you like the weather? Do you like the food? What is it that you like about Australia?
I like the animal.
The animals, very good. Okay, fabulous. Amazing. Okay, guys. Well, in your future, you will have some very big decisions to make, and you can decide whether you will live here in Vietnam or whether you will take your life abroad and go and live somewhere else. Just like me, I've moved abroad and I now live in Vietnam. Okay, guys, have a look at these sentences. So, I'm going to say the sentences out loud and I'm going to put the word imagine in there. If you think the word makes sense in the sentence, everyone say yes. So I'm going to unmute us all for this. So we have to be very, very quiet. Okay. I like to imagine being a doctor when I grow up.
Yeah.
Yes. This makes sense. Number 2, he couldn't imagine what it would be like to have a baby brother. Yes. Sense. So he couldn't imagine what it would be like to have a baby brother does make sense. This sentence means that the boy can't picture what it would be like having a baby brother. So he's obviously new to being a bigger brother. Okay, next one. So you just shout yes or no when I'm finished speaking. Listen carefully. You need to imagine on your seatbelt.
No.
No, that doesn't make any sense. Please imagine to the table for dinner. No, that doesn't make any sense. Can you imagine living in a castle? Yes, that does make sense. That means, can you picture yourself living in a castle? And the answer to that is yes, I absolutely could imagine living in a castle. Okay, let's have a look at our next word. Okay, our next word today is tools. Can everyone say tools? Very good. Tools. Okay, let's have a look. Can you please read this sentence for me? Kui Kang. Artists.
Tools such as brushes, pencils, and markers to make art.
Amazing. So guys, the word tools is a noun. Tools are things, as you can see here in this picture. They are things like brushes, pencils, and markers, and they are tools that artists use. What did you find out about the word tools definition? Who can tell me what they found out about the definition of tools? What are tools? Can you tell me, please? Teddy.
Tools is things that we use to fix stuff.
Very good. So tools can be things that we use to fix other things. Tools can also be things that people use to help them complete a job. Let's have a look here. Okay, Zalin, can you read for me, please?
What does this mean? Tools are things people use to help them do a job.
Very good. So tools are things that people use to help them do a job. So maybe you would have a plumber or an electrician who would use their tools, which would be screwdrivers and hammers and nails. But an artist's tools will be different from that of an electrician's. Their tools are brushes and pencils and markers because it helps them make art. Think about it. What tools would you use if you were a farmer? Emma?
A ranch.
A rake?
Yes.
Yes, a rake, absolutely. So farmers need to use rakes to help them clean up excess leaves on their farm. Absolutely. What other tools do farmers use? So farmers have to do a lot of digging. Farmers have to do a lot of plowing. Farmers have to do a lot of picking. What are some tools that farmers will use to help them do these jobs? Teddy.
A shovel.
A shovel, absolutely. A shovel to help them dig patches where they can plant plants. Farmers can also use big machines called tractors. So they use big machines called tractors to help them plow the land. So if it's a really large farm, farmers will have to have a tractor to help them harvest and combine and plow their land. Okay, let's have a look here, guys. So who uses it? Look at these tools. A shovel, a dictionary, a hammer, a backpack, and a pan. Let's just discuss this. Who uses a shovel? A shovel is something that we use to dig. So who do you think would use a shovel? Any person that would use a shovel. Kwangming.
I think a farmer uses a shovel.
Absolutely. We just talked about that one. So a farmer will definitely use a shovel. How would a shovel be used? How would a farmer use a shovel? Jenny, what do you think?
A farmer uses shovel to dig.
Absolutely.
So
Good girl, well done. So a farmer will use a shovel to dig the land. Okay, next. The tool is a dictionary. Who is going to be using a dictionary? Kwang Hai.
a student will use a dictionary because they need to learn all the words.
A student, is that what you said?
Yes.
Yeah, perfect. Well done. A student absolutely needs to use a dictionary, and you gave me the way they use it. They use a dictionary to learn new words. Absolutely. Really good job, Kwang Hai. Okay, next, a hammer. Who's going to use a hammer? Ming Huang.
A hunter.
A hunter? Okay. So what would a hunter use a hammer for?
Making house.
Making a house, absolutely, yeah. So instead of a hunter, maybe we could say a builder. So a builder uses a hammer to make houses. Absolutely, good job. Okay, next, a backpack. Who would use a backpack? There are lots of people that would use a backpack. Can you think of one? Let's go for Mingha. Okay, and what would a student use a backpack for?
Books in it.
Good job. To put books in. So to carry books. To carry books around the school. Good job. Okay, last one. A pan. A pan. Who is going to be using a pan? Again, lots of people are going to be using pans, but give me one example. Susie, who's going to be using a pan?
A chef.
Yes, good girl. Well done. A chef. A chef is definitely someone who would use a pan every single day. They're going to be frying all sorts of things in their pan, and they're going to use it to cook with. Absolutely. Good job, guys. Amazing. So there are lots of different tools in the world and lots of different ways that we use them. Okay, so have a look here. This is just to show you what you could draw for homework. So this is my example. I've chosen some screwdrivers, a hammer, some pliers, because this reminds me of tools. These are tools that an electrician or a builder might use. Okay, moving on to our third word of the day. This word is illustrate. Can everyone say after me? Illustrate.
Illustrate.
Very good, lovely. Illustrate is a verb. That means it's an action word. Quang Hai, can you go ahead and read this sentence for me?
The artist has started to illustrate or draw pictures for a storybook.
Lovely. Okay, guys, so when we do our reading, we always start by reading about the author and the illustrator. So that's also a big clue as to what the word illustrate means. Who thinks they can tell me what they found out about the word illustrate? Let's go for Mia. Mia, what did you find out about the word illustrate?
I find out that illustrate is to draw a picture for a storybook.
Good job. So illustrate does mean to draw. Perfect. Well done. So when we illustrate something, we draw. It doesn't always have to be for a storybook. Sometimes we can just illustrate for fun or as a hobby. Well done, Mia. All right, guys, have a look. What does it mean to illustrate? Emma, can you read it for me?
What does it mean? To illustrate is to make pictures that show something.
Lovely, good girl. To illustrate is to make pictures that show something to the reader or to show something to your friend. Have a think about this question. What story would you love to illustrate? Why? So think about a story that you've read that maybe doesn't have any pictures. So when I think about this question, my answer would be I would love to illustrate the story Harry Potter because I love the story so much and I think I would do a really good job of drawing each character in my own way. What about you guys? What do you think? What story would you love to illustrate? Lei Kang.
I think I love to illustrate Dragon Ball because that is my favorite book.
Very good. And that means that you would get to choose what the characters look like and what their outfits would look like, and it would be such a fun job. Okay, guys, so have a look. The word illustrate means to draw or to show something through painting or sketching. So again, here's just an example of what you guys could draw down for your homework. You could draw a picture of someone drawing a picture to show that the word illustrate means to draw. Okay, our last word today is scribbles. Can you please all say after me? Scribbles. Lovely. Okay, Steve, can you go ahead and read this sentence for me?
Most children make messy scribbles before they learn to draw well.
Good job. Thank you very much. So, guys, the word scribbles here is a noun. The word scribbles can mean a verb. For example, I could say, I scribble my name on the paper. But we are learning it as a noun. So please do not give me a sentence tonight in your homework that shows it as a verb. Scribbles here is a noun. It's a thing. This, this messy purple crayon on the paper is a scribble. What do you guys think a scribble is? Who can explain to me what they found out about the noun scribble or scribbles? Quang Hai.
A scribbles is a messy drawing from a child.
Very good. Now, it doesn't always have to be from a child, but certainly children do like to make messy scribbles on paper. But really, really good answer, Quang Hai. So a scribble or scribbles are messy, quick drawings. So sometimes they can be messier than others. Let's have a look here. Hacker, could you read this sentence for me, please?
Scribble drawing are drawings drawn in a quickly or careless way.
Good job. So scribbles can be drawn by adults too. Scribbles can be drawn by people who are really good at art and have lots and lots of talent, but they're just quickly sketching in a very careless way. They're not taking hours and erasing and spending a lot of time and focus on something. They're just quickly scribbling a doodle or a sketch down. Let's have a look at this question. Have you ever encouraged a young child to make scribbles with crayons? Click the raise your hand button if you've ever encouraged a child, so maybe your baby sister or your baby brother, to pick up a crayon and start scribbling. Zaling, can you tell me about a time that you encouraged a child to make scribbles?
My cousin.
Your cousin, your baby cousin. And did you give them some crayons?
Yes.
Yeah, and you asked them to make some scribbles. And what did the scribbles look like, Zaling?
It looked like a flash.
A flash. Oh, very good. Like a lightning flash. I love that. Okay, Ocean, have you ever encouraged a child to make scribbles with crayons?
Yes.
Who was the child?
My sister.
Very good. And what kind of scribbles did she make? What did the scribbles look like?
Just like a messy line.
Messy lines. Okay. Okay, guys. So this is my last example for you. Have a look here. So scribbles are just quick, messy drawings that you make. They don't always have to be messy lines. So for example, here is a scribbled doodle of some butterflies. It was made very, very quickly without any care, but still it doesn't look so bad. It's just a little bit messy. So as you can see, the lines aren't even, but it doesn't always have to be messy lines. Okay, guys, so that brings us to the end of our lesson. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to explain to you what I want you to do for homework. So for homework, you have to write the vocabulary word 3 times. You must write the definition 1 time. You must write 2 sentences. And I want you to read over the rest of the vocabulary words and figure out their definitions on your own. It's an example of what your homework should look like. Word, scribbles, scribbles, scribbles. The definition is quick doodles. Sentence 1, my baby brother makes scribbles when he draws. Sentence 2, when I was in kindergarten, I made lots of scribbles on pictures. So, okay guys, that's all we have time for today. I will see you tomorrow morning. Have a lovely day. Bye-bye.